17-0. Mark it. Now, everyone else has kind of been talking about, oh, Tom Brady's first broadcasting gig, is this week, and especially my wife. But I was more excited about the Vikings and the theme of this season, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. Sing it! Oh, Dirty Darnold was dealing. Dirty Andy Van Ginkel was stealing. And after the game, Garrett Bradbury will be squealing, I'm sure. But the defense was near perfect, right? I mean, 6 points, 3 of them were because of a turnover deep in Vikings territory by the Vikings offense. So, I mean, really, they gave up 3 points. Good pass rush, good pass coverage, good tackling.
Great biscuits, great corn, great potatoes.
Of course, that interception by Van Ginkel, amazing. Even when it looked like they were going to miss a play, number 91, don't know his name, not going to look it up, was unblocked. Missed Daniel Jones and kept fighting and sacked him later in the play. So, I mean, even when they were missing, they still recovered. They kept fighting. And it just, every Vikings fan, I think, watching the game, when the Vikings got up by 2 scores late in the first half, was like, okay, time to take your foot off the gas and collapse. And it didn't happen. Now, this isn't a great Giants team. Daniel Jones looked like an absolute turd out there, but the Vikings have played a lot of turds and made a lot of turds look good. So I feel great about how they played. The offense was far from perfect, and even Darnold was admitting that in the post-game interview. But the key is having a defense that's consistent and having an offense that can make plays when you need them. And Aaron Jones, as I expected, was a huge upgrade. Gives us a huge upgrade at running back that we haven't had in years, especially running out in space, running near the goal line, just taking a handoff, bouncing it to the outside and outrunning the defender for a touchdown. We never saw that with that turd Alexander Madison or really anybody else. So the additions we've made are paying off, at least in week 1. And Darnold was solid. His stats look great. He made a lot of good throws. Had 1 interception, but his arm was hit as he threw. And the receiver, like his receiver, still should have caught it. Just went right through his hands. So I can't really fault him on that. Threw a great dime on 4th and 2 for a touchdown in the first half to Jefferson, I believe. Just a real, man's play. A dirty deed done dirt cheap. Darnold certainly played well enough that if the defense is good, Aaron Jones is consistent, there's decent offensive line play, and Jefferson, of course, is Jefferson.
Who's Jefferson?
17-0.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Patriots did it with Tom Brady. Why can't the Vikings do it with Tom Arnold? Tom Brady, Tom Arnold. Let's go. How about our awards? The award for the Bernie from Weekend at Bernie's lookalike, that goes to Zygi Wilf, who kind of looks like a dead man who's, who they're trying to make look alive. The award for the most ridiculous thing said by an announcer today during the Vikings game, that goes to, I think it was Jonathan Vilma. Darnold dropped back to pass, and he had all day to throw. And Vilma said, oh, Darnold had time to bake a cake back there. Which is such a preposterous thing. Like, how could a man have time to bake a cake? That's a woman's work. I'm sure my wife would agree.
What?
Patrick Peterson Award for piss poor effort. Patrick Peterson! I think I could outrun this guy. Giants quarterback Daniel Jones. Just a piss poor effort. I mean, one of the worst quarterback performances I've seen, probably since, I don't know, Kirk Cousins, against the last time they played the Packers late in the season. The Denny Green playing John Randall while you're up 20 points in the first round of the 1998 playoffs. So he gets hurt in garbage time and is completely ineffective in the NFC Championship game against the Atlanta Falcons, which you end up losing, probably because John Randall was ineffective in that game. Award for risking getting a really good player injured during garbage time. That goes to Kevin O'Connell. Because the Vikings had the ball, a couple minutes left, up 28-6. And they're giving the ball to Aaron Jones. And I'm just kind of like, I wouldn't be playing him right now. I don't want him to get hurt. We need him. Especially in week 17 when we're 16-0. The Kirk Cousins Award for throwing short of the sticks and in bounds late in the fourth quarter when you're losing and you have no timeouts. That goes to Kirk Cousins.
Everyone here is outside flanking the offensive formation.
Cousins will throw short. Ray McCloud got to get out of bounds, but he doesn't.
Who, playing for the Falcons, was losing with about 25 seconds left and threw short inbounds with no timeouts, and they lost. And I think he had maybe 10 yards passing and an interception in the second half. We miss you, Kirk. I bet Atlanta is real happy they gave you all that money. So I'm back from Orlando, Disney. We went to the world's largest McDonald's, and lo and behold, what's right across the street from the world's largest McDonald's in Orlando? The Hulk Hogan Wrestling Shop. There was a sign on the front door that said, "No public restrooms, brother." Good week. I'm, of course, broke because I was at Disney for a few days. But it's going to be a good year. And who do they play next week? 49ers next week. That'll be a good test. If they beat the 49ers next week, guaranteed they go 17-0. They lose to the 49ers next week, 16-1. Let's go.